Tomorrow minute, everybody. Welcome to the YouTube channel. Like and subscribe, share it around. Trying to get our subscription up. So if you know people who like watching podcasts or listening to podcasts or watching video logs, vlogs, get them to jump onto our channel, like and subscribe it, because we're going to be really upping the content of Wayapa, both on a personal growth development perspective around the meditation and movement aspects and vibrational aspects of how Wayapa can benefit you personally, but also really upping the ante around the information in how you can better serve Mother Earth through the choices that you make every day. So, where do we start? As we talked about in our Instagram post, the B word, the banking word. It's a little bit of like all the other investments that we make in our lives, whether it be through the purchasing of organic food for the planet, whether it be talking about reducing our single-use plastic usage, making sure that we're recycling and upcycling, and also we talk about the clothing industry, making sure that our clothing is ethically sourced clothing, that we're supporting companies that are actually doing good, looking after the planet. So we're having a bit of downtime, and an ad came on the television.
Yes, that prompted conversation. That
prompted conversation around where is our money going that we actually put into a banking institution. Now you've got two options: go with a banking institution or put it under your mattress. Or buy gold, apparently. Don't buy gold because you dig up country. Yeah. Anyway, so the question
the ad was with Bank Australia.
We're not going to use any names on this show,
but it was important to talk about. If you guys might have seen it as well. It's in Australia, and it was asking the question: do you know where your money is being invested? Because whenever we put our money into a bank, they use that money to invest in projects, industries, etc., to grow that money. And that's how they make their profits for their shareholders. So the question that the ad basically prompted was, where are we putting our money with banking? And we are currently with one of the big four banks in Australia, and that's simply because of habit. I've been a customer with them forever, and so we've stayed that way because of convenience, really. And it is a mammoth task. We've got our personal banking with them, as well as our business banking with them.
As well as our foundation.
As well as our foundation banking. So we have a lot of banking with one organisation. And to be honest, and let's be honest, inconvenience, time, around time resources, around the huge task that it is to actually move that amount of banking to another bank, is probably the reason that we haven't. But the ad prompted the conversation that we had last night to say, maybe we should be doing more, because we're encouraging others to do more. So really we need to look at our what we're also doing and saying, well, are we doing enough? Can we do more in everything that we do?
Yeah, and I think it comes back to, our superannuation, we've transferred over to an ethical company. It's Wayapa encourages people to actually have a really good look at your life and look at all the things that you're doing and reducing the impact and reducing the support for industry and companies and organisations who aren't doing great by the environment. So this is just another stream of conversation. It's another offshoot to just owning a keep cup. Like obviously Wayapa, we don't judge, but we encourage conversation as to how you can be spending your time. Maybe we talk about time and maybe we don't binge watch TV and we change over the banking or something. But yeah, so it's about saying what can you do And one of the things that I found this morning in doing research around it is that there are so many rabbit holes when you start to go down. People are writing reviews. Oh, don't do this or don't do that. Don't be polarized by not doing anything, because I think that can be the concern, is that you can get overwhelmed and go, well, how do I know? Just because I saw an ad on TV, there's an ad on TV that says this particular brand of cereal is good for my health, when clearly it's not. So it's about you doing your own research. You know, we're not going to sit here and tell you to go Bank of Australia or Bank of the World or Bank of Chile or Bank of whoever. You need to do your own research, and you need to be comfortable that the decisions that you're making are going to be ethical for the planet and are going to be something that you can achieve. So, you know, this conversation is encouragement to go further, as we are on our journey about the reduction and about the support of industry and corporations that we invest in. So that's what this conversation is really about.
And I think, just to clarify, with the research that you were doing earlier, was around making sure that the reviews or the information that you're coming across, who is that being written by? You know, there's a lot of cases at the moment. You know, that's what the whole public relations industry is based on, is writing information that will persuade you to go down a particular path. So sometimes when you come to these sorts of things where you're trying to find the information, you need to go a few steps further of actually finding out who's doing the writing of the information, because, you know, a bank might decide to put a whole lot of resources into creating a lot of information around why you should be going with them. That maybe what they're investing in isn't as bad as what we think it might be. And so they're going to pay people to write things, and that writing of things is not independent.
Yes.
But the question is there any independence? You know, do you keep going down? How far down the rabbit hole do you go? Where, you know, because one independent reviewer could be tracked back to us, you know, being paid by this. So how do you actually know? So
look, I think that's a great question. That's a great comment. Because we talked about this, because I was watching War on Waste the other day, where they put a tracking device in some recyclable stuff, and they wanted to see whether or not that recyclables were going to a recyclable place, and it wasn't. It went to landfill.
Yeah.
So again, you've got people saying, yes, we're recycling it, and next minute, not even recycling it. So, you know, how far do you go? They actually went into stealth mode and spy mode and put tracking device. Like how far do we have to go to keep people accountable for doing what they're saying they're going to do? So I guess the conversation really is about, do your research as best you can and make those decisions with that knowledge as best you can. I think, yeah, like I said before, not being like a deer in the headlights where you don't do nothing because you're too scared, or you think that's not going to matter, or you're going to be ripped off. Not always. You know, you can't be a cynic with everything. You've got to believe that there is good in the world, and there are people out there trying to really do good in the world. So support those people the best you can, so that, yeah, we make choices and changes for the better of our planet. And that's the only way that we're going to get change, is to do it ourselves, because sitting back and waiting for government and corporations, they're built on making money. So let's make them accountable for making money that's ethical and good for the planet.
So it's called the Clean Money Movement or Revolution. You can do some searching on the internet around those terms and see what you can find, and do some reading.
Let us know. Comment down below if you actually get some better information than we've actually sourced. We're more than open to learning about new applications.
In the meantime,
we
are going to explore actually doing the doing part of how much effort it is going. Yes, I'm going to. Of how much effort it is going to be to move everything across. But again, this is where we constantly have to be challenging ourselves to move out of our comfort zone, to say, you know what, okay, yes, it is going to be a massive pain in the butt to actually move everything across. but it is another step towards living a Wayapa lifestyle and creating a Wayapa world where we know that our money then is being invested in clean options and clean industries, going towards renewable resources, not towards industries that harm animals, creating affordable housing for people. There's some really interesting reading about the different
lots to do.
industries.
Hit the 10-minute mark of the video.
I'm going to hurry up and wind it up.
People have got things to do. So
Like exploring, moving your money.
that's right. Instead of watching us ramble on about animals. So thanks for watching the video. We are going to be creating weekly content. So if there's anything you want us to talk about or you want us to do a little bit of looking into, not the Illuminati, nothing like that. I'm not going that deep. But yeah, let us know in comments below. But like and subscribe our channel, please, guys. And we'll see you next week. And thanks for Sarah for helping out with the video today. And
Stay Wayapa.
Stay Wayapa, Buduk, everybody.